Japan has started releasing treated radioactive water from the damaged Fukushima nuclear power plant into the ocean. The plant was damaged in an earthquake and tsunami in 2011. More than 1.3 million liters of water used to cool the nuclear rods will be released over the next 30 years. The International Atomic Energy Agency says that the diluted water will have minimal impact on the environment and human health. Protests have been held in Japan and other countries. China condemned Japan as irresponsible and has banned some food imports. Let's bring in Georg Steinhauser, a professor of applied radiochemistry at the Technical University of Vienna. Welcome to the program, and thank you so much for joining us. So the Japanese authorities are arguing that the nuclear wastewater does not pose a threat to the ocean. How safe is it really?
By and large, I would have to just simply agree. The water that we are dealing with has been purified and has been cleaned very thoroughly. And what is being released is basically harmless, you could say. In nuclear terms, I could not think of anything more harmless than this water. It only contains tritium. Tritium is a radioactive isotope of hydrogen, and chemical methods cannot remove this isotope from the water. So basically, the water is as clean as it gets.
But nevertheless, I mean, there are some who have expressed concern. So could you just walk us through, I mean, what alternatives might have been considered to handle the Fukushima wastewater, and how do they compare in terms of potential consequences?
I would say that the release of the radioactive water to the Pacific is the best solution that is at hand. Since I've told you already that chemical methods cannot distinguish between the radioactive water molecule and the non-radioactive water molecule, but the same is also true for any organism on Earth. The human organism or any marine life cannot distinguish between one or the other. That means this tritium-containing water is not accumulated in any organism. It doesn't enrich anywhere. So it's taken up and it is excreted again. So in terms of alternatives, there have been some discussions about continuing storage. That, in my opinion, for example, would be even more harmful, because the only factor that really plays into this is dilution. And the Pacific Ocean is the top diluting volume that we can think of. If the water was stored on land, and in case of an earthquake, for example, some tanks would leak, this water would leak into the groundwater and have a much lower volume to dilute in.
Okay, well, thank you for putting that into perspective and sharing that view. Georg Steinhauser, professor of applied radiochemistry. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.